Theresa May is trying to square the circle between her backbenchers and the EU. Getty Images. Nigel Morris. 2 hours. Tuesday, October 16, 2018. Theresa May raised the prospect of any Brexit deal being delayed until December as she battled the Conservative backlash over her handling of negotiations with Brussels. Making a surprise statement to MPs after the talks hit a fresh crisis, she said the European Commission had asked for more time to study British plans for resolving the future status of the Irish border. Both Britain and the EU had hoped to announce significant progress at a summit beginning on Wednesday, paving the way to a deal being clinched next month. But that timetable looked in doubt last night after a dash by Brexit Secretary Dominic Raab to Brussels on Sunday failed to resolve the latest impasse. Irish border. The Irish Taoiseach Leo Varadkar also warned that an agreement could still be 2 months away, arguing that November or December presented the best opportunity for a deal. Theresa May and Leo Varadkar have both said they want to avoid a hard border. Photo, Getty. The key sticking point is a backstop plan to avoid a hard border on the island of Ireland. The government has suggested that Britain remains in the EU customs union until a permanent plan can be found to ensure the continuation of a frictionless border. The EU insists that any such arrangement cannot be time-limited, while Tory Brexiteers fear she is planning to suggest Britain remaining linked indefinitely to the customs union. Briefing MPs on Tuesday. Prime Minister will today brief the Cabinet on the problems that have hit the talks, among reports that several ministers are prepared to resign if she gives too much ground. She told MPs yesterday that Brussels had warned the government that it did not have time to work out the detail of Britain's latest proposals over the next few weeks. Insisting a deal was still achievable, she appealed for cool, calm heads as negotiations reach their endgame. She said it was frustrating that the two sides could settle the Irish border issue, but said it should not be allowed to derail the chances of reaching a deal. In response to repeated challenges from her own MPs, she reassured them that her approach would not leave Britain in permanent limbo to EU customs regulations. Failing negotiation. But Simon Clarke, the MP for Middlesbrough South and East Cleveland, said she had failed to reassure the House that Britain had a specific end date for any temporary customs arrangement. Boris Johnson, the former Foreign Secretary, also asked her to confirm that a customs deal would expire by the 31st of December 2021. Mrs. May only said she expects that to be the end date. Boris Johnson. Getty Images. Mrs. May gave her strongest indication to date that MPs could be given the chance to block the UK leaving the EU without a deal. Asked what options other than a second referendum would be available if no deal is voted down by MPs, she replied, if it were the case that at the end of the negotiation process actually it was a no deal, then actually that would come back to this House and then we would see what position this House would take in the circumstances. Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn dismissed Mrs. May's common statement as another "nothing has changed" moment from this shambles of a government.